naming and shaming. Without the interference of our biases and prejudices, likes and dislikes. So just observation, like you see the stars in the night sky, or you see a river flowing by, or you see a flower in full bloom. You just enjoy it, no judgment. Similarly, we are able to observe the world outside as well as the world inside. Trusting in Ishvara. In Ishvara's watch, everything should be perfect, or as they should be. So seeing things as they are meant to be, is meditation. So you don't paint things with your likes and dislikes. What Shankara calls Shobhanadhyasa. Painting things with your desires, likes, dislikes, prejudices. So the unvarnished truth, as it were. So this meditative mind, reflective, meditative, non-reacting mind. So please, your attention is between the eyebrows. You're physically still, your breath is deep, your mind is calm. And that is the mind which we need to take off or to dive deep, whichever way you want to put it. So with such a mind, the Shishya comes to the Guru. A humble, open mind, ready to listen and absorb and transform. And the Shishya picks up the cues from the teacher, the key words which will clarify his thinking. So you need words, correct words, like Brahman, Atma, Mithya, Maya, Moksha, Punya, Papa. Ishvara, Jivatma, Saguna Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, Sadhana, Viveka, Vairagya. These words direct your thoughts in the right direction. Without these words, your thinking is confused. you don't reach anywhere. And hence the student picks up the key words from the Guru and reframes his question or her question. And the questions are: Ko nama bandha, kathamesha akadaha, katham pradishta asya, katham vimokshaha, ko savanatma ka asau anatma, antayor vivekachoodamani. Though these questions are now our questions, not just the question of a mythical student, the question of a living, breathing student. We ask this question. If bandha is your lived experience, we all experience the kind of suffocating bondages, whipped by our desires, in the darkness, the night of ignorance. Like a prisoner whipped and tortured in the dungeon of the prison cell. Though apparently we are free, all the choices we make is under duress of ignorance. So this is kind of a diagnosis of the problem. So ko nama bandha, this lived experience of suffering, limitation, suffocation, boredom, that in life we have reached a cul-de-sac, a dead end. And all the things we have acquired seems to be worthless, to be trashed, which is a very agonizing feeling. So the Shishya asked these pertinent questions. Now these questions become the Shishya's question. Ko nama bandha, kathamesha agadaha, katham pradishta asya. If ignorance is the problem, what is the locus of the ignorance? Ignorance seems to be the cause. Where does it abide is the question. Is it in our intellect or is it in Brahman itself? Katham pradishta asya, katham vimoksha. How do you dispel ignorance? What is the light necessary? So Vivekachoodamani addresses these questions. So in the seat of meditation, you try to see the locus of ignorance or the suffering. Is it your heart, your brain, your navel, your stomach, or your throat? So ignorance means desire, suffering. Where does it occur? So meditation, you have to ask this question and figure out. It seems all through the Sushumna Nadi, at various centers, this ignorance is operating. In the Mooladhara as fear, in the Swadhisthana as greed, in Manipuraka as anger, in the Anahata as extreme likes and dislikes, and in the Visuddha Chakra, throat region, as lost self-confidence. And in the Ajna Chakra, as the dualistic understanding of things. So the ignorance incarnates or manifests in different ways all along these chakras. And finally, the same ignorance becomes Shakti when she reaches Shiva. Ignorance becomes a way of Brahman mask to play different roles. And ignorance is made up of sattva, rajas and tamas. So seeing this transformation of ignorance or Maya into Brahman's power, Sattarajastamo Gunatmiga Brahmashraya Maya Asti. If the actor identifies with her role temporarily on the stage, that becomes performance. If the actor continues to identify the role in the behind the stage or the green room, that becomes pathology or disease. So we have to locate the ignorance and its problems and its perils and its possibilities. So again the question, ko nama bandha, kathamesha agadaha, katham pradishtha asya, katham vimukshaha, kosavanatma paramakka atma tayor vivekaha katham yatad uchyada. Now the Guru and Shishya are on the same page. They speak the same language, use the same terminologies. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Okay, now you can open your eyes. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranadosmyaham Jandunam Narajanmadurlabhamatap Pumstvam Tado Viprada Tasmad Vaidika Dharma Marga Bharata Vidvatvam Asmat Param Atmanatma Vivejanam Sanubhavo Brahmatmana Samsthidihi Muktirnos Shadakodi Janma Sugrude Punnir Vina Labhyade Durlabham Prayame Vedade Devanugraha Hedugam Manushyatvam Mumutshutvam Mahapurusha Samshrayaha. Okay, we come to the 51st sloka. Ko nama bandha kadhamesha kadaha Katham pradishtasya katham vimuksha Ko savanatma paramakatma Tayor viveka kathametadujyadam. So kaha bandaha nama bandaha kadham esha akataha kadham asya pradishtha kadham vimuksha kaha asau anatma paramakatma tayo viveka kathamena. So that's the question. When this question is asked, the Guru understands that Shishya has the right vocabulary, right understanding of the problem. Now Guru is very happy because Shishya asks a question for which Guru has an answer, ready-made answer. That is very important. You must ask a question for which Guru has a ready-made answer. It's like the president of once there was a president in France, President de Gaulle. He will call press conference. And this is the stipulation. He'll ask, who will ask the next question for which I have an answer? You have to ask a question for which I have an answer. Otherwise, don't bother. So it's a very choreographed press conferences. Similarly, even now it is like that. You have to first give the question to the Prime Minister or the President. The Prime Minister, President, staff will analyze the question, research answers to the question, and the answer will be given to the President or Prime Minister. Then that press reporter will be asked to raise the question, for which there is a ready answer. So similarly, now Shishya asks a question for which the Guru has well-rehearsed answers. What are the questions? What is bondage? Where does it come? What is the site of bondage? And what is the discrimination between Paramatma and Jivatma? Those kind of questions. Now the Guru says, Dhanyosi Krutakrutyosi Pavidam te kulam tvaya Yada vidya bandha muktya Brahmi bhavidumichasi Dhanyosi Krutakrutyosi Pavidam te kulam tvaya Yada vidya bandha muktya Brahmi bhavidumichasi. So those students who can conceive this question, make this question their question. This question become a quest for self-transformation. So Guru is so pleased with the growth of the student, the development of the student. The Guru says, Dhanyaha asi, you are a blessed person, you say. You are a blessed person because you could conceive this question. Dhanyaha asi. Or you can say you are an intelligent person, very intelligent question. There is a way of inspiring the student also. So these questions are very intelligent, very appropriate, and you are a blessed guy as a result, he says. Dhanyahasi, Krutakruthyahasi. You almost reached the portico of God, let us say. Krutakrutyaha. By asking this question, you have fulfilled part of human purpose, he says, coming into this world. Now it is a matter of getting the answer and then understanding the answer to this question. So, Dhanyahasi, Krutakruthyasi. You have crossed a major milestone in life. Krutakrutya, Krutam Krutyam. Yeah, now, as a student, this is what you are expected to do. Ask the right kind of questions. Krutakruthyahasi. Pavidam te kulam tvaya. And your parents must be worried. This guy left home. He left his job also. He is a highly qualified person in the material sense. MA, PhD maybe. And that also from the foreign university, let's say. And then the parents thought he will get a good job and then marry and produce children and then all that. And then one day he says, Mom, I am leaving. I am leaving home. I am leaving home. Where are you going? I don't know. I trust in God and I walk to eternity. So parents were very worried, and then where will my son sleep? Where is his meal, and with whom he is going to relate, and all kind of questions come. But one who was trusted in God, these questions are not important. That is our experience. We leave home not knowing where will we sleep, where is food, what will I do. Nothing is known. You are just leaving home. And you did that, this guy did that. So the parents are worried. Now Guru says, where is that sloka? Okay. So the Guru says, Pavidam te kulam tvaya. Simply because he asked this question, your mind is moving in terms of this question. Your whole family is blessed. Not only you are blessed, your family also. Your parents will find a final peace, you see. Because you have taken this to this great renunciation like a Buddha or a Shankara, Ramana Maharshi or Vivekachoodamani, Ramakrishna, They have taken this major step in life, renouncing material comforts for spiritual realization. So your whole family is blessed. Your parents will find peace as a result of that. Though earlier they were worried about you, now there will be no worries. So they get this subtle message, the subtle vibration. So according to some Rishi, 7 generations downstream and 7 generations upstream of your family, they all will gain mukti, say. Because this great renunciation of this single individual, his whole family, 7 generations downstream, 7 generations upstream, they all will be enlightened people, you say. They will be freed from bondage. So that is the glory of such a person. So pavidam te kulam, kulam means your family, also are sanctified and blessed. Why? What did you do? What is the great deed that you do? Yad avidya bandha muktya brahmi bhavidam ichchasi. Because you develop this desire, ichcha. What is the desire? Brahmi bhavidam. To be Brahman. To live as Brahman. That is all what you did. It's only intent, not yet reached there or realized it. Even that intent to become Brahman, to live as Brahman, or to realize your nature as Brahman, that has changed the whole equation, you say. Everything is changed now. So, Brahmi bhavidum ichchasi. Brahma rubena jividum ichchasi, you say. You want to live as Brahman. How do you do that? How do you live as Brahman? How do you do that? Not simply saying, Aham Brahmasmi, that's not enough. You have to live as a happy person, I should say. Brahman's nature is Nityanandam, Nijanandam, Surubanandam, Sadanandam. Sadanandam. This is Brahman's nature. So if you are Brahman, you also should be always happy, always smiling. Smile your way to Brahman and out of Brahman also. Smile your ways. Not Ismail. In North India, they say Ismail. This is smile. Smile your way all the way to Brahman. So, Brahmi bhavidum ichchasi. Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. We read it every day. Esha brahmi sthiti partha nainam prapya vimukhyadi titva syavantagalevi brahma nirvanam richadi. So, this is the brahmi sthiti. Remaining, living and breathing and thinking and behaving like Brahman. So, Brahmi bhavidum ichchasi. And how do I do that? How do I become Brahman? Avidya bandha muktya. By removing ignorance. So, ignorance is operating in the mind, intellect. Buddhi guha. At this buddhi guha, ignorance is reigning in that buddhi guha, living in that buddhi guha. It's a kind of vritti, it's a kind of mode of mind. That mode of mind is to be removed by another mode of mind, which is called akhandagara vritti. At this point it is khandagara vritti. You see only duality. You don't see the connecting links. You don't see the fabric, you see only the threads. So that kind of a vritti in the mind is to be removed by another vritti. That vritti is called akhandagara vritti. Seeing the clay behind all the pots. Seeing the water behind all the waves. Seeing the gold behind all ornaments. That is called akhandagara vritti. At this point you have only khandagara vritti. A, B, C, D, E. But you don't know the connecting thread which connects all. That thread we have to see, like a garland. The garland is many flowers held together in a beautiful tapestry or a beautiful garland. Similarly, we have to see the running thread. We call akhandagara. Vidya vinaya sampanne Brahmanega vihastini Yunijayavasya bhagacha Pandidaha Samadarshinaha. So Pandita can see the same truth which is weaving all these different objects, sentient and insentient objects in the world. So that ability, whether it is a Brahmin or an elephant or a dog or a dog eater, all of them are expressions of the same Brahmanism. They are not coming from different Brahman. The same Brahman manifests as a Vidya Vinaya Sampanna Brahmin. Gavi, Hastini, a cow and an elephant and a dog and the dog eater also. Like Nagaland people, they are dog eaters. Korean, they are dog eaters. Even they are manifested Brahman. You don't see anything else. So, yada avidya bandham. So, by that bringing that akhandagar vritti, you dissolve the khandagar vritti, and this akhandagar vritti is generated in consultation with the teacher, studying the scripture, explained by the teacher, Guru. So, the akhandagar vritti will be generated, which will remove the khandagar vritti. That's a technology here. That's a methodology adopted by the teacher. So, yat avidya bandham. So, your bondage is only an ignorance. You feel you are bound, which is not true. You are dreaming you are bound, which is not true. Wake up. Uttishtada, jagrada, prapyavaran nibodhada. Stand up, wake up, reach the great masters and gain knowledge, enlightenment. Prapyavaran nibodhada. Nibodha means get this knowledge. Shudusyadara anshidaduratiya. It is like walking on the racer's edge. You have to be very careful, very alert, very attentive. That's the meaning of walking on the racer's edge. Very attentive to get this understanding. So, yada avidya bandhamukya brahmi bhavidamichasya. As a result of that, not only you are blessed, all the family also is blessed. Your parents, your grandparents, great-grandparents, their parents, downstream and upstream, all of them are liberated just by the single act of this great renunciation that you have achieved, he said. Renunciation. Continuing. Rinamo jara kartaraha, rinamo jana kartaraha, vidusandhi sudadayaha, bandhamo jana kartatu, swasmadanyo na kaschana, rinamo jana kartaraha, vidusandhi sudadayaha, bandhamo jana kartatu, swasmadanyo na kaschana. So this great renunciation and the resultant self-knowledge, how do we gain it? By your personal effort, you say. You have to put personal effort. Guru can give you a helping hand, but you have to walk. Guru can give you a push, but you have to fall into the water, he says. So Guru is there to help you, to encourage you, to motivate you, to show you the way, but ultimately you have to walk. Uddhared atmanatmanam, natmanam avasadayed, atmaivahi atmano bandhuhu, atmaiva ruguratmana. One has to make adequate effort. Guru is there. Don't make Guru a pony to carry you all the way to the hilltop, you say. Guru is not a elephant or a pony or a horse to carry you. Guru will walk along with you. You have to walk. Guru is not to carry you on his shoulders or her shoulders. You have to walk. So together we will walk. So here it says, an example is given. Rinam mojana kartaraha, viduho sandhi sudadayaha, Bandhamojana kartatu swasmad anyaha na kashana. Nobody can make this effort for you, you see. Swasmad anyaha, other than yourself. So you have to make your own, you have to bootstrap yourself, as they say. You have to lift yourself by your own effort. Guruji will be there to encourage you. Okay. From the sidelines he will encourage you. But you have to run all the distance. Bandhamojana kartatu, one who can liberate himself or herself, has to be the same person. Nobody else can help you. Guru can only encourage you. Something like this. Rinamojana kartaraha pidu sandhi sudadaya. Suppose the father has run into some debt. Father took a lot of money, built a house, bought a car, sent you abroad to study. So he has run up to crores and crores of rupees of debt. Then father died without paying the debts back. Who will pay the debt now? The son has to pay. The son will pay. The son can help the father in clearing all his debt. But here, that will not work, you see. Your son, if the son renounces, he gains the benefit, not you. So in the case of a debt, children can help you. But as far as ignorance is concerned, nobody can help you. Except you yourself have to strive. So self-effort is very, very important. That's all what is said by the example. So Runamojana Kartaraha, Viduhu for the father, Sudadaya, children, daughter, son, or son-in-law can help you to clear your debts. But to clear your ignorance, nobody can help. You yourself have to put forth effort. So the importance of self-effort is mentioned here. So let us read it once again. Rinamo jana kartaraha vidus sandhi sudadayaha bandhamo jana kartatu swasmadanyo na vidyade na kashtana. So we have to make our own all the way, all alone to the truth, you see. To the truth it is all the way. We have seen it in Mount Kailas. We were about 30 people of different age groups coming from different countries, both genders, sexes. And up to Manasarovar we were talking, joking and then helping each other. After Manasarovar, then you have to do the parikramam around Mount Kailas. We have to climb about maybe 20,000 feet height. Extremely cold. -7, -10. 7 layers of clothing. You can never remove that. All the 15 days you have to wear the same clothes. There is no question of removing it and taking bath or anything. It becomes part of your skin, the 7 clothes. Then you have to walk around. When you walk around, of course the oxygen is less and then very difficult to lift your own body. You can really feel the weight of the body at that time. No, you cannot lift even a flower or a piece of paper because no energy. No energy. But his name is Banerjee, Chatterjee, Mukherjee, that is there. But no energy at all. At that time, you are so focused on you, your friends, relatives, old people, nobody comes to your mind. It is only you and all alone. Others are struggling in their own way. Some are dying almost in your group. Even then, you don't have any energy. So this is all the way, all alone, to the alone. Brahman is all alone, isn't it? Brahman has no other. Advaidam, there is no other. So it is your effort which matters. Consistently, day in and day out. Early in the morning, nobody is watching. But you have to get up and do your exercises, meditation, chanting the mantras. Nobody is watching. In our case, everybody is watching, we will do. Isn't it? Loud chanting of mantras, everybody is watching. Nobody is watching, you don't do anything. Actually, you do your sadhana when nobody is watching. It's your own responsibility. So make your effort, he says. In the wee hours of the morning, get up and do your sadhana. Only Lord is watching you. Nobody else is watching. This is not for demonstration. This is not for demonstration. It is for your own conscience. According to your own conscience, you have to do that. So, Rinamojana kartaraha pituhu sanjisudadayaha bandhamojana kartatu susmad anyaha nakashana. You have to walk alone, all the way to the alone. Don't look back. Don't look back. How many people are following me? Sometimes we say, how many people? 20 people are following, I think I am doing the right thing. This is not the case. Even if nobody follows, you know you are doing the right thing. So the importance of self-effort, ability to motivate oneself. Sometimes you lose your motivation. Sometimes you don't see the result also. The result will come at the end. It may not be immediately shown. Of course, you may get some side shows as you move ahead. But the final result is at the end. And somewhere down the road, we lose our enthusiasm. It's like water boiling. You boil water 50 degrees, 60 degrees, 80 degrees. Still the water is not boiled, isn't it? The water will become vapor only at 100 degrees. So we have to patiently wait. So at the 100 degree point, water will escape the confines of the vessel, you say, and become part of the heaven. You can reach the stars, if not literally, but figuratively. So to escape the confines of the body, material body, one has to boil sufficiently, to reach a certain degree of temperature. Then alone it can happen. So sometimes people lose their interest. Oh, I have been struggling, no result at all. The result will come at the right time. Patience is necessary. All these are involved in, it is a self-effort. You have to make your own effort. Continuing. So one example is, it's not that your children will work for you. We all are coming with our own prarabdha, isn't it? Your children come with their set of prarabdha. You came with your set of prarabdha. And somehow these prarabdhas align. So he happened to be your child. When they disalign, then they go their way. It's like a train journey. I get into the train and I see somebody sitting there. He got up in the train from somewhere else. And now we are friends. We are sitting in the same seat. We exchange biscuits and breakfast. We start playing cards, exchange ideas, tell our stories. And then at night we sleep. And when we wake up, this friend is missing. Sometimes he has taken his bag also. We don't know. Friend is, because he has got down at his station. At that time you were sleeping in his place. So this is a relationship. Father and mother come together like two logs of wood in the stream. Sometimes they come together, sometimes they fall apart. Sometimes one log of wood falls into a hailstorm or a whirlpool, then it goes under. Something goes faster, something is slow. So this is how life is, you see. So therefore, don't think your children will help you in spiritual realization. Of course, they can help you to get to heaven. After you die, they do perform some shraddha and rituals. Then you can go to Pitraloka. In heaven, you have to do your own work. Children cannot help. You have to do your own homas and all that, then you get heaven. But in between you have to go to a place called Pidruloka. People ask me what will happen to me after death. I have no information. Only information I have is from the scriptures. The scripture says after you die, you go and stay in a place called Pidruloka for 3 generations. 3 generations. So there, because Yama's script, Yama's assistant, secretary, let's say, Chitragupta, he takes time because there's a long line of people standing there. So you have to assess your credit worthiness, how much punya you have earned, how much paba debt you have, all those things Yama will ask Chitragupta, what is his credit situation of this person. So Chitragupta will say he is in deep debt, go to hell. Lot of punya, go to heaven. It takes time. So those time you stay in Pitruloka. In Pitruloka, you have to get some asset, have some asset to live there. And that is sent by your children. Children, by doing Shraddha, you send remittances to the Pidrus and the Pitruloka. Otherwise, they will be pushed to a corner. For example, your parents are living in a old age home, let us say. Your children should send money, isn't it? Otherwise, they cannot survive there. They will be pushed into a corner. So, children have to send Shraddham, or this offering. And what do you offer in Shraddha? Only a bowl of rice, maybe 2 bowls of rice with a sesame seed and a little bit of sweetened water. That's all. That's all the old man needs. He is very old, isn't he? Old man, old lady. Need only a glass of water and some rice. Some carb, that's all what he needs. Protein he will not digest. So only carb you can send. And when you send it, they will be, Pidrus will be happy. You are sending daily remittances for 3 generations. So when you do Shraddha, you do for your parents, dead and gone, grandparents and their parents. 3 generations you have to send. They all are sitting there. If you don't send, then the Pidrus will be expelled from Pidruloka. Then they will come back here as ghosts. And they will be hovering around your house. You know, when you put the clothes on the line, the clothes will catch fire. There will be hair in your food. Pregnant woman will miscarriage. All kind of hell will let loose on you. Parents curse. So for your own benefit, do this Shraddha. And if you cannot do it every year, go to Gaya. A permanent deposit you can put there. And the interest, with that interest, parents can live. Gaya means you are putting a permanent deposit there. From there, thereafter you don't have to do it. They can live by there. These are all very interesting. Extrapolation of your own personal experience. This is what we do in our life. Extrapolate it. Extend that logic. So Pidruloka, and from there parents can go to hell or heaven. These stories are very, very important for sanity. Otherwise we are worrying, where will we go? Where my parents went? What is happening to them? Are they just a clod of clay or more than that? A clod of clay, if you put in water, it just dissolves, isn't it? Is there anything more than a clod of clay? Are they just a machine, or there is something more than a machine in them? So these questions will arise. What happened to my parents? They were very loving to me. They were good people. Where are they going? So we live in stories. Story is the stuff of a life, ethical life. Stories are very, very important. The stories need not relate to any fact. We don't know. But they have their own relevance in creating a social life of sanity and moderation, let us say. That's very, very important. Continuing. Mastaganyastabharadehe dukkhamannirnivaryade Shudhadikrita dukkham tu vinasvena na kenachid Mastaganyastabharadehe dukkhamannirnivaryade Shudhadikrita dukkham tu vinasvena na kenachid. One more example where you have to make your own effort in spirituality, others cannot help you much. One more example is here. Mastakanyasta bharam, the weight on your head. Suppose you are carrying a weight and after some time you get tired. Then you can ask your friend, can you carry it for me for some time? So his friend says, I can do that. I am your good friend, I can do that. So you can transfer the weight onto the other person and then he will carry. And when he is tired, you can take it back. This way you can help each other. So mastaka nastabharadehe dukkham anyehi nivaryade. Your friend can remove that pain caused by the weight on your shoulder, on your back or on your head. Others can help you. But there is another situation. Shudhadikrita dukkham tu. Suppose you are hungry and thirsty and your friend says, I will eat. By your friend eating, your hunger will not be appeased, isn't it? You yourself will have to eat. If you are thirsty, you yourself will have to drink water. Other drinking doesn't help you, say. Similarly, if there is a spiritual ignorance, you have to make effort. Your friend or your wife, your children cannot proxy for you, you say. Not possible. You have to do it by yourself. Even if you are old, doesn't matter. Spirituality can be practiced anyone, at any age, at any place. Old age doesn't matter. Esha brahmi sthiti partha nainam prapti vamukhyati titvasyam andakalebi. Even when the last breath is leaving you, at that time, if you become alert, you get the result with retrospective effect. You get all the benefit. So age doesn't matter, time doesn't matter. Even if you are a hardened criminal, even in the jail, you can get enlightened. That's what happened to Aurobindo. Aurobindo was a criminal from the British point of view because he manufactures bombs and encourages young people to drop bombs. So for this terrorist activity, Aurobindo was arrested and put in Alipur jail. He was a professor, he was a very learned person. At that time, fighting against the British, he took the path of violence, manufacturing bombs and throwing bombs, and for which he was arrested, put in jail. In the jail, Aurobindo had a vision. This is not the way to improve India. This is not the way to gain independence. You need a spiritual path. The material path is not enough. Of course, Vikasit Bharat, isn't it? 2050, Vikasit Bharat means more roads and more airports, more ports, airports, roads, universities, buildings. So what? Then what? You have all this. Then what? So that question we have to ask. That's not the politician to ask. Politician can offer only these things. Material prosperity. Spiritual people have to ask this question. After that what? Then what? Tadakim, then what? That question only spiritual people can ask. That's our job, sannyasi's job. To look into the eyes of power and speak the truth. That is our job. We have to do that. So there should be happy coordination between the powerful and the spiritual people. That should be India's path. So this question the spiritual question, one has to answer by themselves, he says. What should I do? So, Shudadi Krita Dukkham tu Vinasvena na kenachida. Unless you eat, your hunger will not be appeased. Unless you drink water, your thirst will not be appeased. So, you are singularly responsible for your spiritual evolution, he says. Make effort. Just not to show anyone, but for your own benefit. That's why earlier you said, Swarthe Pramadyadi. This is the Swartha, realizing yourself. Make steps, he says, right now. Age doesn't matter. Time and place doesn't matter. Whenever you feel, do it, he says. Continuing. Pathyam aushada sevacha kriyadeyena rogina arogya siddhi drishtasya na anyanushtita karmana. So, pathyam aushada sevacha kriyadeyena rogina arogya siddhi drishtasya na anya anushtita karmana. So, you go to an Ayurvedic doctor. Ayurveda is more preventive than curative. Ayurveda gives emphasis to the diet. What to eat, what not to eat. That's what Ayurveda is. Diet is more important. So, Ayurvedic physician will say pathyam. Pathyam means what not to eat. Pathyam, what to avoid in your food. And then aushadam. Then you take this medicine also. Certain food items have to be avoided. Some people say avoid onion, avoid maybe that food, this food, avoid milk, avoid curd, avoid this, avoid that. So pathyam will be prescribed. So pathyam also save and then take some medicine also. Otherwise the medicine will not be effective. Kriyade yena rogina. So all this to be practiced by whom? The disease, the suffering is, disease is for the husband. Husband said, you do it to the wife. That is not going to help you. Husband himself will have to do it. You cannot have any proxy for them. So, pathyam aushada sevacha kriyade yena rogina, whichever patient who follows that, arogya siddhi drishtasya, he alone get the help, become healthy. If somebody else do that, will be a problem. He has no disease, but he takes the medicine. Again problems. So whoever has got the problem, they have to take the medicine. So what is emphasized here is your personal responsibility, personal effort is necessary. So pathyam aushada sevacha kriyadeyena rogina arogya siddhi dishtasya, for him is arogyam, health. Na anya anushtita karmana, not somebody else doing it on your behalf is not going to help. So it's like a food, hunger, thirst or disease. The person who is suffering will have to follow these disciplines. Continuing. Vastu sarubam spudabodha chakshusha svenaiva vedyam nadu pandidena Chandrasvarupam nija chakshushaiva Nyadavyamanye avagamya dekim Vastusvarupam spudabodha chakshusha Svenaiva vedyam nadu pandidena Chandrasvarupam nija chakshushaiva Nyadavyamanye avagamya dekim. So same story, same line of argument, same emphasis. The Guru is teaching you like a child now. This has been said several times and still again it is being repeated from various angles, various stories. So in communication there are certain rules. One rule is repetition. You have to repeat it. Whatever being said, Navavaram Krutva, 9 times you have to repeat. I say something and ask you to repeat it, then I clarify it, again you repeat it. So 9 times you have to repeat the same thing, but from different angles. Different angles you have to repeat it. With different stories you have to repeat. Still the person get the understanding, you have to repeat it. So here also you find the Guru is repeating it, pushing it down your throat, rubbing it into your system. You may think you told me once, that's enough. That's not enough. That is only cerebral. It has not gone into your DNA. To push it into your DNA, it has to be repeated. It becomes your habit. Not just intellectual understanding. It has to become your habit. That's why this repetition comes. Tattvamasi also repeated 9 times. Navavaram Krita with the different stories, the same truth has been repeated again and again. So repetition is not a crime here. So many stories. Others can help you clear your debt, but this ignorance you have to clear. Others can help you remove the load on your head, but this load, like hunger and thirst, you have to take the food. Similarly, roga, you have to take medicine. Others taking doesn't help. Again he said, to know the truth, who should know the truth? You or your guru, or your spouse, or your friend? Who should know? You yourself have to. Problem is yours. So we say, Vastu Sarubam Spuda Bodha Chachusha Svena Eva Vedyam Nadu Pandidena. Pandita means a great scholar. A scholar may or may not know. That doesn't help you. You have to know. In other case, doctor has to know. In normal knowledge, if doctor knows everything, he gives a pill and patient takes. But here you are your own doctor. You are your own patient. You are your own physician. So a scholar knowing the truth is not enough. You have to know the truth. That's why Vastu Sarubam Spuda Bodha Chachusha. The eye of clarity, inspired by the scripture, interpreted by the teacher. You have to know, directly experience the truth. Nobody else can help you in that. So Vastu Sarubam Spuda Bodha Chachusha Svena Eva Vedyam. You have to know yourself by yourself. Nobody can help you. Vedyam tu na Pandidayana. Pandita means another scholar. In certain cases, suppose you want to build a building, you are not the engineer, you are not the contractor, you are not the structural engineer or civil engineer. All these help you take from others. But here in self-construction, discovery, you are the engineer, you are the contractor, you are the structural engineer. You have to bring the resources from within yourself. Everything has to be excavated from within yourself. The body, the mind, memories, buddhi, these are the instruments that you use. It's all within you, not outside. So Vastu means Jiva Brahma Aikyam, that is the Vastu here. Jiva Brahma Aikya, Jnanam, Spuda Bodha Chachusha, Svena Eva Vedyam Nadu Pandidena. The idea that you cannot outsource it. Most of the things you outsource. You not outsource, insource. You have to discover the resources from within yourself. It's something like this. Chandra Sarubam Nija Chachusha Eva Jadamya. If you want to see the glory of the moonrise, in a full moon, in a clear sky, if you want to see it, open your eyes and see it. Others seeing and reporting doesn't help you. Or reading a poem about the moonrise doesn't help you. You have to really open the window, open your eyes, and see the glory of the full moon. Writing a description of that doesn't help. If you want to sweeten your tea, you have to put sugar, isn't it? Don't write sugar in a piece of paper and dip it. Doesn't sweeten your tea. You have to really put some sugar into that. So similarly, one has to open the eye. The spiritual eye, the third eye has to open and see the truth by yourself. And you will be seeing your true nature in the process. So Chandra Swarupam Nija Chakshu Seva, your own eyes you have to see. Nyadavyam Anyehi Avagamyadekim. Other people knowing doesn't help you. They may give you a description. This is how the moonrise is. But unless you see it. About the Himalayas, somebody can describe. Kalidasa himself can describe. But that's not anubhavam for him. It's only a verbal understanding. You have to go to Himalaya. Walk all the way to the Himalayan peaks. Wade through the snow and the glaciers. And feel the cold in your skin. Then you can say, I have seen Himalaya. There are people who can write a lurid description of things which they have not seen. Like the Niraj Chaudhary. He has never visited England, but has written a history of England, much better than a British historian, by reading. ChatGPT can write, isn't it? Beautiful description, beautiful poetry, beautiful pictures, but does it know anything? Does not know anything. It's dumb. It's not intelligent. So you have to see with your own eyes, not by third party reporting anything. And the joy of seeing it yourself. And the picture comes to your mind. That's why when you speak something about something which you have seen, you can speak and briefly and very pointedly, very effectively. If you have not seen it, by reading and all, you can keep on saying, but you are not sure. You are not sure what you are saying. So there is a direct aparoksha anubhavam necessary. Continuing, the Guru is approaching the subject now, slowly approaching the subject. It's like the highway built in Kerala. One patch is built, another patch is vacant, unbuilt, isn't it? Therefore, you take more time to reach your destination. So Guru also is very slow. He is building one pillar here, one pillar there, then 2-3 pillars are missing, then another pillar there. But at the end of the day, you find the whole thing is built beautifully. So putting certain pillars here and there. You still don't have the full picture. It will come. It will come. It will take time. Be patient. Continuing. Avidya kama karmadi pasha bandham vimochitam kasyaknu yadvinatmanam kalpa kodishaderabi avidya kama karmadi pasha bandham vimochitam kasyaknu yadvinatmanam kalpa kodishadairavi. So padachedam here. Avidya, kama, karma, adi. Adi means karma bhala. Karma bhala. And karma bhala anubhavamcha. Experiencing the karma bhala. Enjoying the karma. Up to that. Which is dukkha. Which is dukkha. We did it with a good intention, did karma, produced a result, and you embrace that result, or the result will embrace you, whether you want it or not. Sometimes, karma bhala we don't want it. I didn't order that. But you placed an order. Money has already reached me. I am delivering the order. Then you say, no, I don't want it. You don't want it, throw it away. So, karma, kama, avidya, karma phala, and you either embrace the karma phala or the karma phala embraces you. There is a story about a Swami. A Swami was sitting on the bank of a river and it was a little cold and shivering, and the Swami thought, if only I have a kambal to put it on my back, a kambal. Swami thought that, opened the eye, lo, the kambal is flowing down the river. A black kambal is flowing down the river. Swami was very happy. God is instantly he gave me my request, fulfilled my request. So now the Swami thought, God has done his part, now I have to do my part. So he jumped into the river, reached the kambal, grabbed the kambal, looked at the kambal, and you saw the kambal also looking at him. It was not a kambal, it was a black bear. Now you embrace, now you don't want to embrace. You want to get rid of the bear, but the bear will embrace you. This is called bear hug. Dhritarashtra. Now you cannot escape from that. You ordered it, you got it, you embrace it, you suffer it, you enjoy it or endure it. This is our situation. Lot of things result of our own work. But later we have no value for that. We have no value. So the whole chain of suffering is being described here. I am embracing something for which I worked. I got it and I am embracing it. I want to get rid of that, but I cannot do that. That object is embracing me. The whole world sees you along with that. And what is the cause for all this? Karma. Karma, kama. Kama, avidya. Ignorance. Why ignorance? You never attended Vivekachoodamani class, you say. If you attended Vivekachoodamani class, there is no point of ignorance. You are leading an unanalyzed life. Savidya kama karmadi pasha bandham vimojidam. To be liberated from this, what should I do? So you can see that it's a river flowing. You can be on the bank. Maybe you can dip your feet and feel the flow of the river. But don't jump into the river, you see. So how do we do that? So the operations of vidya kama karma is happening at the mental level. And you are somebody other than that. As I told you, avidya is a device used by Brahman to appear as you and I, and they play in the world. Brahman want to play different. I say you are a Brahman project, that's what. You are a Brahman project. Brahman want to play, discover itself. Brahman's infinite potential. He's a thespian, like Amitabh Bachchan. He can play any role. He can play the role of a Shahanshah, play the role of a beggar, play the role of a politician, play the role of a philosopher, play the role of Kaun Banega, so and so, isn't it? All those roles Brahman can play without getting affected. So avidya can have a positive spin. Avidya means Brahman putting some paint on his face, which is called tamas, like a magician. Then sattva. Sattva is the script that Brahman is going to read. And rajas is the stick that he is going to use. Some accessories are necessary. So, avidya, which is made up of sattva, rajas and tamas, has got a positive spin. So, but Amitabh Bachchan should know this is only a paint. This is only a particular role I am playing. Leela Nyayavad. Brahma Sutra says Leela Nyayavad. It's kind of a play. So you can watch all this, the unfoldment of Vidya in various ways, and you are apart from that, like even you watch a movie, like even you play a particular role. I hope this is not too much for you. I thought with that my problem will be over. I realize Brahman, then I can sit. No. After realizing Brahman, you will be more activated. You will be more active. Like Shankaracharya, like Sri Buddha, like Vivekachoodamani, like Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi was also very active. He will work in the kitchen, he will serve the devotees, he will take care of the cows. Every day he will go around the mount, Arunachala, and he will go up and he will come down. Very active. Ramana Maharshi was very active in his own little way. Vivekananda wandered all over the world. So, Brahmajnani is not a tamasic person. Brahmajnani is a very active person. He will burn from both ends, as they say. Not only both ends, the middle also. Everywhere. So, avidya kama karma adi pashabandham vimojidum kasyakunuyat. Who can do this liberating himself or herself from the network of avidya? So I would say avidya is a vehicle. Avidya's expression is the body, mind, ego complex. It's a vehicle. You use that vehicle. But don't be the vehicle. Sit in the vehicle, and which you are doing as a jiva, and then drive along the highway of life. You know, Kathopanishad, that sloga, Atmanam Radhinam Vidhi, Shariram Radhamevatu, Buddhintu Saradim Vidhi, Mana Pragrahamevacha. Then, Indriyani Paranyahu, Vishayasteshu Gojara, Atmendriya Manuyukta, Bhaktetyahuram Manisha. The whole picture, a beautiful picture. And the same picture is present in the Bhagavad Gita. Tadashve Hayari Yukte Mahadi Sandhane Sthidav Madhava Pandavashaiva Divyavshangho Pratatmatu. Bhagavan, driving the chariot of Arjuna, comes to the battlefield, and the battle begins. So the life is compared to a chariot. Chariot is your body. Buddhi is the saradi, charioteer. Emotions are the reins. Sense organs are the horses. Sense objects are the road on which you are driving. So as you drive along the sense object, you are growing inward also. That's the beauty. That's why the four Purusharthas, Kama, Artha and Dharma, this is a drive forward. While you are driving forward, you are deepening your awareness also. There's inward drive also, which is called moksha. Moksha cannot be a goal. Moksha cannot be a goal to be reached. Moksha is goal to be realized. You are not reaching anywhere. I hope it makes some sense to you. So you can only pursue dharma, kama and artha. Like a tree which grows upward has to have roots growing downwards. So I would say moksha is not a goal to be realized in the future. Moksha is a goal to be understood right now, here. And your life begins after that. You really live after freeing yourself, seeing your body, mind as a vehicle. And you are not the vehicle. You are the one who uses the vehicle. And using the vehicle, Vishayasteshu Gojaran. The vehicle is rumbling down the highway of objects, you see. And while that happens, your inward journey also simultaneously happens. This you have to discuss. This is counterfactual, counterintuitive. Moksha cannot be a goal. Goal means something far away from you. Goal means you have to cover distance, cover time, make effort, and then grab it. Moksha is not like that. Moksha is already an accomplished fact. It has to be realized. So till you realize that, you can pursue artha, kama, moksha, but with a special attitude of surrender to the Lord. Ishwararpana buddhya karma karomi, and bhakti and all that. We will come to it again and again. I know you are a little perplexed now. So far I thought moksha is the ultimate goal. I have been striving for moksha. Now you say moksha is not a goal. Moksha is an accomplished fact. Goal can be only artha, kama and dharma. Dharma also you have to practice, because ethics, right and wrong, has to be practiced. So continuing, avidya kama karmadi pasha bandham vimochidam kasyaknu yadvinatmanam kalpa kodi sadairavi. So the crux of the matter is, you have to strive all by yourself. Without that, nothing is going to happen, you see. You cannot piggy bank on your guru or anybody else. Guru can give a helping hand. You can walk with him. But Guru is not going to put you on your shoulders. No, Guru is not such an animal which can carry you forward, you see. You have to walk with him. Continuing. Now again very controversial statement by Shankara. Shankara is expert in making controversies. Suddenly he will bring his sledgehammer and hit you. So here another one. Na yogena na sankhena karmana no na vidyaya brahmatmaikya bodhena moksha siddhyadi nanyata. So moksha is your goal, so-called goal. A goal which is not a goal, let us say. Moksha is your goal or destination or your desire. How do you get moksha? Brahma aikya, atma aikya bodhena. The unity between, the oneness between Brahman, which is supposed to be the goal, and Atma, supposed to be the seeker of the goal, the Sadhyam Brahma, and Sadhaka, the Atma, Aikyam. They are one and the same. It is not an Aikyam which you will gain in the future. Today I am not Brahman, tomorrow I will become Brahman. That is in the future, isn't it? Today I am not Brahman, I am a miserable wretch. Tomorrow I will take a bath and then, sit in Padmasana, then, Brahman, I will become Brahman. Whether you take a bath or not, whether you sit in Padmasana or not, you are Brahman, period. So Brahma Atma. It's not Aikyam which you will gain in the future, not which is an Aikyam which you lost in the past. Earlier, 10,000 years ago, I was Brahman. Now, I have become a Brahman. Or you say Brahman is somewhere there outside this wall. Or maybe in some cave. These are all illusions. Brahma, Atma, Aikya Bodham, the presently existing identity between Brahman and you. Put in your language, the happiness that you are seeking, you already are. Don't seek it and miss it. Give up that desire for happiness and be the happiness that you are. So happiness, your idea is that happiness when you eat laddu, you are happy, isn't it? Not that happiness. It's not a happiness coming from consumption. It's happiness coming from observation. not consumption. Observe, then you will be happy. This is called aesthetic pleasure. When you see the moon rise, you are happy, isn't it? Your heart wells up in joy when you see the full moon. But you don't eat that moon, do you? Consume that moon. You don't eat that. You call everybody, just see. You want to share that joy. But if I give you a piece of laddu, you go to your room, close the door, you don't want to share it with anybody. It's a limited thing, isn't it? And you alone want to enjoy it. But moonrise, there is no consumption there. There is only observation. This is called aesthetic pleasure, not pleasure out of consumption. And when you consume something, that thing consumes you also. Adyade H.H.Sw.Bodhananda. Whatever you eat, they will eat you. If you eat more sugar, what happens? You become sugar. Sugar will eat you completely. All your cells will be saturated with sugar. Your blood will be saturated with sugar. Your brain will be saturated with sugar. You lose your kidney also. So this way, Adyade H.H.Sw.Bodhananda Annamityajachade. Food is the one who eats the eater. The more you eat, the more you will be eaten. The less you eat, the less you will be eaten. So we are talking about an aesthetic pleasure. Or let us say there is a 7-course dinner laid out on the table, and you want to eat all that. Marriage freely available. Eat all that and you feel sick. But there is a beautiful painting by Van Gogh, let's say. Colorful dishes and all that. You look at that. Do you eat that? You don't eat. You only observe, watch. And the joy that you get is much more than eating that dinner. And it is lasting also. You can keep on watching. So that's the difference between aesthetic pleasure and consumption. Pleasure getting out of consumption. So here we are talking about a happiness which you gain through observation. Observation. Not by consumption. I call it consumption versus conservation. You conserve your energy. You are not depleting your energy in the process. So, Atma, Brahma Atma, Egatva Bodham. It's a matter of knowing it. It's already existing. Swatasiddha. Shankara is trying to drive this idea in several ways, but we don't get it. We always think it's a goal. Prapyam, Utpadyam, Samskaryam, Vikaryam. These 4 methods of reaching a goal. If it is far away from you, you have to cover a distance. If it is in time, you have to wait. Suppose you plant a coconut seed, you have to wait to get the coconut fruit, isn't it? You made some effort, but you have to wait. Time. You have to cover time, space. Or certain things you have to purify, like an iron ore. To get iron, you have to purify. Certain things you have to modify. For example, if you want curd, you have milk has to be modified to get curd. So all this involves time, effort and all that. But Brahman, to know that you are Brahman, you don't have to cover in a distance, you don't have to wait in time, you don't have to purify yourself. Purification happens only in the body level, not Brahman level. Not modify yourself. You are Brahman. Right. It is free. Free. No effort is necessary. So to put it simply, to be happy, no effort. To be unhappy, we are making all efforts. The more efforts you make, the more unhappy we become. Because you are missing the true joy that you are. So Brahma Atma Aikyabodhena Mokshaha Siddhati. Nanyatha, not by any other method. This is Aikya Bodham. How do I get that Bodham? By the study of the scripture, understanding the meaning of the scripture. Na yogena, you say, not by yoga, not by standing on your head or shaking your nose or breathing like a bellow. No, nothing else. Nothing else can. So you have to realize this. That's the only way. Na yogena. Na sangyena. Sankhya is one of the greatest Indian philosophy. But Sankhya, the problem is, one or two problems are there. One is Sankhya talks duality. Purusha, Prakriti, Dvandvam. Purusha is different from Prakriti. Prakriti is different from Purusha. Purusha is only a bhokta, not a karta. All actions happen in the level of the Prakriti. Sankhyan Purusha is a classical husband. Classical husband, how is that? He will not work at home at all. He will sit in a chair and watch TV and read newspaper and order cups and cups of tea, and the lady of the house has to work really. According to Sankhyan, Purusha does nothing. Purusha only enjoys, no karma. Who is doing karma? Prakriti is doing. Prakriti is doing. Then there are many Purushas also according to Sankhya. Many Purusha. Purusha Bahulyam is. Therefore, Shankara cannot agree with Sankhya. According to Shankara, Prakriti is nothing but an expression of Brahman. And there is only one Brahman. And that you are. So that's a lot of difference. And according to Sankhya, the Purusha has to extricate himself from the Prakriti. According to Vedanta, the Purusha, Brahman will integrate the Prakriti, not extricate. There are a lot of differences. Therefore, Shankara doesn't agree with Sankhya. Why he doesn't agree with the yoga? Because yoga follows the same philosophy of dualism. Then yoga says you have to sit and then do this, do that, do that, do that. Ashtanga yoga. Then at the end of the day, you may gain samadhi. And if you break out of that, samadhi is gone. So therefore, though Shankara was a great yogi, please don't get me wrong, Shankara was a great yogi. But the philosophy doesn't agree. And the philosophy is wrong. Practice becomes painful. So na yogena, na sankhena, na karmana. Karma means all the rituals that you are performing. Maximum it can give you antakarana shuddhi, nothing more than that. Na vidya, vidya means there upasana. You do upasana, upasana can give you ekagrata. So antakarana shuddhi, karmana, ekagrata by upasanaya, and yogena, certain discipline on the body, mind, ego level. But ultimately, you have to come to Shravana, Manana, Vidya. That will give you Jiva Brahma Aikya Bodham. So Brahmatma Aikya Bodhana eva moksha siddhati nanyata. Sometimes they give examples in cooking. Pachakam, cooking. You cut a vegetable, wash it, put it together, put condiments, pepper and all that, salt, and then you put it on the stove. Then you went to meditate, thinking that you will cook, and when you come back, there is no dish because you didn't put the stove on. You didn't turn the stove. There is no fire. Without the fire, they don't cook into a dish. Similarly, all these are necessary: philosophy, yoga, karma, meditation, upasana. But without the knowledge, it doesn't gel, it doesn't cook, it doesn't fall into place, he says. They still remain as pieces here. So let's read that. Na yogena na sankhena karmana no na vidyaya brahmatmaigatva bodhena moksha siddhyati nanyatha. So Brahma Atma Egatva Bodham, Jiva Brahma Aikya Bodham. So that Bodha, that is pivotal, that's most important. The rest are all accessories. Continuing. So keep on holding that idea. Brahmatma Aikya Bodham. Veenaya Rupa Saundaryam Tandri Vadana Saushtavam Prajaranjana Matram Tad Na Samrajyaya Kalpade. Veenaya Rupa Saundaryam Tandri Vadana Saushtavam Prajaranjana Matram Tad Samrajyaya Kalpade. Shankara gives an example. Okay, you do yoga, you do all kind of rituals, you do all kind of things. There is a lot of showiness in it, he says. The showbiz. But it doesn't give you that self-realization. You can monetize all this, isn't it? The Swamis are great experts in monetizing things now. So that monetizing impulse behind what you are doing. And then what happens? The method that you adopt destroy the vision that you have as a result. What they call the medium destroy the message. You start with a great vision, but the mission or the method that you adopt kills the vision. So it's all money making. Money making is not bad because you need some money to exist, but money should not be your sole purpose. So Shankara gives an example here. Veenayaha, so Balachandra or Chidi Babu, experts in Veena. Balachandra is a classical, Chidi Babu is a modern, experts in Veena. Veenaya, and they have their own private Veenas also, maybe inherited or designed to specific need. So they bring their own Veena. They don't use any Veena. Like the American president will travel only custom-made car. He carries his car wherever he goes. Not any other car. Our Prime Minister also goes in his own plane. Not any chartered plane, his own plane. So, this Veenayaha Rupa Saundaryam. It's a beautiful Veena, well strung and all that. Tandri Vadana Saushtavam. And the Veena master, he has great expertise in plucking music out of the strings. Beautiful music, melody and all that. And the audience, thousands of audience are giving you long applause at the end of the day. Every rendition is giving you, audience are excited, they stand, a standing ovation of this. Thousands of people, respect him and all that. But if we stand for election, nobody will vote. This is Kerala, this is not Tamil Nadu. Stand for election, nobody will vote for you. So all this popularity and the excitement that you generate is like a rain, it goes away. So Veenayaha Rupa Saundaryam Tandri Vadana Saushtabam Prajaranjana Matram. It is only to entertain the people. Some of the musicians, lakhs of people come. The whole stadium is jam-packed. But afterwards, nobody bothers. So these capabilities, taduna samrajaya kalpade. That doesn't help you win an election, you say. Samrajya means sovereignty. Doesn't make you a king in their heart. So, there is no use. Similarly, you may do all this philosophy, yoga practice, pujas, this, that, and it can become popular and people and monetize the whole thing. But not samraja. Samraja means swasmin rajadeti samrajam. Swasmin. You have no self-mastery as a result of this. You have not realized yourself. Samraj, Swaraj, Swasmin Raja, Samyak Rajane. You don't get that. You don't get that mastery of the self. Still you are an unhappy person. Most of the artists I have seen, they are the most miserable people. They are the one who committed suicide, isn't it? A celebrity, great musician. Most of them drink also. Most of them drunkards. They have to have a couple of drinks before they come onto the stage. Then they explode onto the stage. Whether it is Balachandar or Titi Babu or Titi Babu, I don't know, Balachandar, or your other famous musician, this Andhra musician, I forget his name. So these people are addicted to certain things. They need that, and they are very nervous also. They look here, they look there, drink a little water. Then they look there, look there. Then they tighten the string, loosen the string. Then clear their throat. And you are wondering, what is the problem with them? Performance anxiety maybe. And then when they explode into music, they are in the flow state, obviously. And the people also. And after the performance, they are dead tired. So, this is only a performance. It doesn't have self-mastery. Self-mastery is missing, you see. So, Veenayaha Rupa Saundaryam Tandri Vadana Saushtagam Prajaranjana Matram Tadana Samrajaya Kalpade. Doesn't gives you self-mastery. The example there is this musician cannot run an election, become the prime ministers. I mean, there are exceptions. President Ronald Reagan was an actor, movie actor. He became the president. M.G. Ramachandran became the chief minister. N.T. Ramarao became the chief minister. These are all exceptions. But it doesn't work in Kerala, I tell you. It is not going to work. Kerala people are a little more smarter people, yeah. So, Veenayaha Rupa Saundaryam Tandri Vadana Saushtagam Prajaranjana Matram Taduna Samrajaya Kalpade. Continuing. Vagvaikari Shabdajari Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushalam Vaidushyam Vidusham Tadvad Bhuktaye Natu Muktaye Vagvaikari Shabdajari Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushalam Vaidushyam Vidusham Tadvad Bhuktaye Nadu Muktaye. Shankara again using his sledgehammer. He is very focused person. He said Vagvaikari. Vagvaikari means great oratory skills, rhetoric skills. Words flow like Niagara from that. Nobody can stop it. Once he is on the stage, words flow like anything is. Continuously. You don't even blink. They don't even allow you to breathe, the audience. Such is the flow, torrential flow of words, he says. That also difficult words. You have never, like Shashi Tharoor. Once he gets the mic and he starts, nobody can stop him. Data, fact, words. It goes on and on. Like in Niagara. Vagvaikari. Shabdajari. Shabda means the tone and the voice. Shabda jari, the tonal modulation. You cannot say in a monotonous way. Sometimes you have to lower the voice, sometimes raise the voice. So all the tonal modulations of the voice, the amplitude and the altitude, all things should change. That's how you take the audience in your hand. So, Vagvaigari, Shabdajari, Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushala. And these are not empty words. These are all based upon the Shastra and their interpretation. A scholarly discourse. Sometimes scholars are very boring people. But this guy is not only a scholar, all his talks are based, well-researched talk. And he can play with your emotions, with his stories and the way it is delivered. It's a marvelous spectacle, you see. Audience are all on their toes. The heart is pumping like that. So that's the rhetorical skill of this person. Vaidushyam Vidusham, and this Vidusham, this scholarship, Vaidushyam, well-researched scholarship. All these are, he says, is of no use. Knowing Brahman is concerned, he says. Why? Bhuktaye, that will give him money, monetizing, money and popularity. But no mukti, he says. No mukti is possible. That's an interesting statement, isn't it? So all of you can gain knowledge without that scholarship or pandityam or vocabulary and ability to deliver a scintillating discourse. Not necessary. Ramakrishna, Ramana. Vivekananda, of course, next. Vivekananda was a great scintillating orator. Aurobindo was not a good orator, he was a good writer. So all these skills, writing or speech making, all can gain you popularity. But within, when you are alone, you are still a miserable, wretched person. You feel insecure, tremendous insecurity. That is why we are seeking popularities, or money, or power, whatever. So all these capabilities, bhuktaye, it will serve your egoistic purposes. No mukti, no freedom. Deep down you are still insecure, still looking for approval, recognition. And you will keep asking also, call, how was my lecture? And you say, oh, this I heard several times. Then you are down. So somebody gave a furious lecture and the whole assembly was boiling in emotional fervor. And one priest was sitting in the front of the... So the speaker asked him, how was the lecture? So he said, oh, this I heard. All the words he used was in the dictionary, he says. You didn't use any. You only cut and paste and make some new pictures, that's it. It's all same old wine in the new bottle, you say. That's all. It's all words. Inside you are empty. So, Vaidushyam, so this does not mean you should not have scholarship, you should not deliver good speeches. That's not the meaning. The meaning is that there is something more than all this. So, let's read that. Vagvaikari Shabdachari Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushalam. Kushalada, ability to unfold or unlock or open the secrets of the Shastra, Kaushala. Kushalada also is there. The dexterity is there. Vaidushyam vidusha. So let's again. Vag vaikhari shabdachari shastra vyakhyana kaushalam vaidushyam vidusham tadvad bhuktaye nadu muktaye. So the power of silence, that's what is being expressed here, the power of silence and the powerlessness of words. Words are yado vajo nivartande yat aprapya manasa saha, isn't it? Words return, unable to reach the zenith of realization, words return, mind return, manasa saha. So what is highlighted here? The power of silence. It is through that silence, the last few miles, you have to travel through silence. Last miles. To the, all the way to the truth. Silence. So words all drop. Ideas drop. Vocabulary is given up. And then all the way alone to the truth. Continuing. Avinyade pare tattve shastraditistu nishpala vinyade vipare tattve shastraditistu nishpala. We'll see that evening. So 1 minute with your eyes closed, assimilating this idea. Sometimes it's contradictory, paradoxical. Your mind is struggling to comprehend, which cannot be comprehended, the limited basket of the mind. Yad manusana manude, which cannot be comprehended by the mind. But mind is the only vehicle but as you reach the portico of Brahma Sadanam, the mind is left behind, like you remove your shoes, which helped you walk all the way. The mind is left behind. And then you walk alone. And when you reach there, you see yourself. Your true identity. Which is the meaning of silence, or maunam. Maunam Brahma, Brahmavid Mauni Bhavati. It is an all-seeing silence, not a blind silence. Not a silence of frustration, it's a silence of elation. That brimful silence. the dancing silence in joy. So Maunam Brahma, Brahmavid Mauni Bhavati. And you become very precise and parsimonious. You are able to express ideas in limited words, or just by a look or a touch, or just one word. That precision, parsimoniousness, that directness, straightforwardness. And less pollution, less garbage. Nirendhanaiva analaha. Another example, fire without the fuel. It is not cracking and flaming, but it is quiet luminosity. Where desire ends and enlightenments begin. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om.